Hello everyone. Today we're going route setting. Just follow me along. Bunker. Thanks old me for the intro. Today we're looking at some route setting. And the goal was to set two routes. One route that is going to the left, as you can see here, and another one that goes straight through the roof, as you can see here. The left version was supposed to be around 6A, 6A+, and the one through the roof was supposed to be around 6A+, 6B, so also quite easy. Therefore I needed really good roof jugs, as you can see here. And also some good holes for the beginning. And the idea was that the route shares the same start and it splits off around halfway. So here you can see a selection of the holes I had. These ones were for the roof and they're a bit in-cut and really comfortable to grab, so it's quite good for the roof. And for the start I had these weird blobby thingies and I thought maybe I could use them directly at the beginning to set the start. And also some good footholds or something to push off from, and these funky half domes, which are quite nice. And the plan was to use these ones at the beginning as well, because the wall has a groove and therefore I could utilize them quite well. So yeah, that was the plan. So like I said before, the idea was to use these blobby things at the beginning to set the start, and therefore I thought, yeah, I could utilize the groove and set the technical pushy thingy variety climbing style. And it turned out that by setting I managed to set two beginnings. So you could either start from the right and climb up directly, or you could use the groove and like kind of push your way up with these blobby thingies, as you see here now. Which in my opinion is quite nice, because then you can use your preferred climbing style. So after the start was done, it was time to put up my harness and start setting from the rope. Here you can see that the wall has a groove, as I said before, and therefore I utilized these half domes to set another section where you can stem your way up. And because it shouldn't be too hard at the beginning, I also mixed in some good jugs from where you can easily clip, shake out a bit and calm down the nerves. So whenever I'm setting, I try to make it as pleasant as possible, or at least in the lower grades I'm trying to make the route as pleasant as possible. And also this means that you want to have the right hold for the right hand. As you can see here, this hold is preferred for the left hand, because you can use your thumb and it feels quite nice. And with the right hand it doesn't feel correct. And because I needed a hold for the right, I changed it to another one, which is way nicer for the right hand. And because some holds have a preferred hand with which you can hold it, it's quite nice as a route setter to pay attention to these details and make the route even more comfortable for the climber. And if you ever climbed a route which felt a bit off, maybe this was due to the case that the setter used the wrong holds for the right hand. So whenever I'm setting, I want to be organized and find the holds quite fast that I want to use. So therefore I'm using 3 boxes here, where I split the holds into different categories or sections, which I want to use later on. And this makes the setting process way easier and more efficient, and therefore faster. Another big point, especially in easier grades, is footholds. You basically cannot have enough footholds in easy routes. And to make the route even more comfortable, I try to set the footholds especially there where you want to have them. So if you grab a hold and twist your body, you want to find a foothold instantly after that. So this makes the route even more comfortable to climb. So we made it to the top. I'm standing here with all my gear. Boxes are nearly empty. I got some new holds. My anchors. I have to undo them now, untie them. and yeah, nice view. Hello. After setting a route, it's always good to test it, because sometimes when you set a route from a rope, you don't really see everything or feel every body position which you have to take when you climb it later on. So therefore I tested the route and went through it and looked at all the details and clipping positions and ideas that I had in mind when I set the route. If they turn out good as I wanted them, or if they kind of feel off, or if there is a foothold missing, or if a hold needs a little bit of a turning or something like this. So I think testing is a really big point after setting, and I guess every good setter is actually testing their route after they set it. Or if you're really experienced, you can set it without testing, but this is not the case for me. I like to test my routes so they feel good and pleasant to climb. So after I tested the route and I got lowered, I saw that the rope is running over hold, which is not that nice because it wears off the hold and it wears off the rope. So therefore I turned the hold a little bit and the rope doesn't run over it anymore. And it turned out that this section got actually a bit easier because the hold is more of an undercling now. So 1 week later it was time to set the roof. And boy oh boy, setting a roof is really exhausting. Because you're basically doing a core exercise for around 1.5–2 hours, depending on how long you're setting the route. But nevertheless, setting a roof is a really fun experience and you're getting a free workout as well. So I would say win-win. Like I said before, the route was supposed to be really easy and therefore I had to use lots of good holds. But these holds are quite heavy and all this weight is dragging down. And if you want to untie the quick draws here, you have to kind of pull up the weight that you have in your boxes before you can unlock them. And another big problem is that the safety carabiners here have kind of a nose, as you can see here, where the rope gets stuck really easily. On the one hand, it's really good that these noses are there at the carabiners, but this makes it really hard to get the rope out and you have to use your whole body to be able to do that. First, you have to pull up the boxes very close to you. Then I had to use my feet to clamp these boxes and pull them up a bit. And then I can unlock the rope from the quick draws. So depending on how heavy the boxes are, this is a very strenuous process. But the good thing is the further you get, the more empty and the lighter the boxes get, so that's quite nice. So when you're setting an easy roof, you have to make sure that you have very good handholds. But also you have to pay attention to the footholds. You need A, lots of footholds, and B, of course, they shouldn't be too far apart from you, so you don't have to use your core so much to reach them. And if you have lots of good folds, you can kind of walk your way through the roof. Otherwise you have to swing your legs around, which makes it way harder. And again, after I finished the route, it was time to test it. The nice part of setting a route. So I went through the route and I actually realized that it turned out quite nice and you can climb through it quite easily. The handholds are really good and really deep. There's lots of good footholds and you can kind of walk your way through it. One of the hardest parts climbing a roof is often getting out of the roof. So here I paid extra attention to the part where you climb out of the roof. I made sure that you can reach the holes over the edge quite easily and that there is lots of footholds to get out of there. So the routes turned out really good and really easy and I'm really pleased with the result. Unfortunately, I set the root around a year ago and it's already gone, so you cannot test it anymore, but nevertheless. I hope you enjoyed the insights into root setting and the process behind it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, tell your mom, tell your dad and your grandma about it, because she will be freaking happy about it, I guess. So, see you next time. Bye bye.